We head into our final game on the day. Gavilan, the top seed in the North, will take on Cypress. Coming up in about 15 minutes from myself, Mike Cepeda, Robert Lewis, and Emery Johnson on the call. And we head into the nightcap here on SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 2018 Women's Volleyball Championship live from Solano. Top seed in the north, Gavilan College will take on Cypress, the 4 seed from the south. This is an extremely dangerous matchup here for Gavilan. If you're the top seed, Cypress, the lone win or the lone loss in the season for IVC, the top seed in the north, the defending state champs, came to Cypress, and that happened very recently. This is a team in Cypress that's really gelling together at the right time.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be a good match as well. I haven't seen either team, but I think serving and passing is going to be key again. I know that they like to run a rotation defense, Cypress, and I know Kevin is trying to go a little fast with the offense, so we'll see.
Kevin Kramer, head coach for Gavilan. Some words of wisdom here at the table.
I don't even know what he said.
The first bit of controversy for the tournament, we had Cypress coming out in the blue jerseys, and Gavilan had their blue jerseys, and finally someone came to, hey, maybe one of the teams should wear white jerseys. I'm just saying, I don't know. And finally Cypress switched to the white jerseys.
Yes, makes it easier.
It does make it a little bit easier, and not to mention the liberos will be in different jerseys.
Absolutely.
Coach Kramer, the NorCal Region Coach of the Year, former president of the Coaches Association, if memory serves.
Absolutely,
and,
that is correct.
Who's the current president of the Coaches Association?
That would be me.
Nabil Mardini, Robert Lewis, Mike Zepeda with you on tonight's coverage.
This is, I mean, if you're going to see a 4 or 5 set match, this was the one I thought would be it before the tournament.
Yeah.
I thought that Bakersfield-Fresno might go 5. It didn't.
Almost.
And the American River match, again, right? That one had 5 written all over it. It went 4.
It really did. And unbelievable turnaround by ARC to pull out that win after going down 25-11 in set number 1.
And we've seen 2 teams who lose by 13 or more points and come right back and win.
And still get the win.
Yes.
It's been a day of resiliency from teams that have been able to come back and get a W.
And punching their ticket for tomorrow, 2 North teams, Fresno and American River.
Absolutely.
And the only South team is Irvine Valley.
Irvine Valley, top seed in the state. Top ranked in the state, top seed in the South, primed and looking like a winner here in 2018, looking to go back-to-back.
I threw this in the recap for the last match as I write them for the CCCAA website, CCCAA website, but all 3 first-team All-Americans have lost.
Yes.
All 3 of them. Fina Leilua for El Camino, Mapu Sakona for West Valley, and Sarah Armendariz of Bakersfield.
Absolutely.
3 first-team All-Americans do not make it past the first day.
Absolutely.
Robert, do we have any up in this matchup? I know Kayla Owens is a stud from what I'm being told from Coach Kevin Kramer.
Gavilan actually has 2 players that made the all-state, all-region teams.
And right off the bat, striking first blood via the ace. It's Cypress, and that was Brittany Zavala starting for the Chargers. It's Ashley Corona, Marina Pilkington, Camus Berniker, Kayla Owens, Brittany Zavala, Savannah Johnson, and Jane Woodward. That one blocked over at the front. That was Woodward.
To answer your question, Mike, for All-State from Gavilan was Evelyn Klontz, the middle blocker, sophomore middle blocker, made All-State. And also for Gavilan, the libero, Michaela Banda, was All-Region for the North. And for Cypress,
Owens right there, so apt.
Kayla Owens of Cypress, All-State.
Well, Owens comes in with a pretty gaudy number, 373 kills on the season. We add to that total right here. 3-0 Cypress early. Good swing on the outside, not down though. That was Canizaro. That one brought up. I don't know if Gavilan gets to it. 4-0. And quickly out of the gate are the Chargers, and the Rams struggling a little bit to find their momentum.
Boy,
it's interesting that number 11 is Charlotte is playing as a middle, that she's swinging on the left side for Gavilan.
Back set, I believe that was trying to set up the slide for Klontz. And that one through, blocking down from Owens, starting for the Rams. Michaela Banda, Camille Finley, Teresa Ochoa, Evelyn Klontz, Keely Hoskins, Charlotte Canizaro, and Sarah Wybe. A little bit of an overpass, tight on the net, big swing off of the antenna. It's 6-0. Gavilan in a quick hole, and are we going to have a timeout? No.
I think we could take let's figure this out. If Cypress scored the last 11 points, that means they have 17 consecutive points.
Yeah.
We'll keep that going.
Well, they like to, that's for sure. They're a gritty team. They know what to do, and they have another one consecutive for the Chargers.
They're having a hard time starting out.
18 straight points going back to the regional round 2.
Timeout.
What a ridiculous streak.
Their last win, or their last point, their last win rather, came against Irvine Valley, the defending state champs. 10 in a row for the Chargers, gelling at the right time of the season.
Yes.
Gavilan 15 in a row after dispatching Ohlone and Feather River in the NorCal Regionals. Feather River game went 5. Timeout on the floor. We'll do one ourselves. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports.
Dangerous team.
Exactly right there, Robert. Dangerous team is Cypress, and we see it early on, 7-0 out of the gate quickly. Gavilan, the Rams, just trying to get on the board. Outside, big swing, still not down. Getting everything up by the Chargers right now. Free ball coming. Owens rears back, fading away.
19 consecutive points.
Banda unable to get that one off of the floor.
Having a hard time starting out in this rotation.
8-0. The onslaught continues here in set number 1 for the Chargers.
Zavala was the server in the run against Long Beach.
Owens
Same
down
server.
9-0.
So maybe it was by design.
I think so. Now it's 9, and that's 20 in a row.
Lex Chavarria.
Well, that's a big front for Cypress College.
Chavarria, excuse me.
Is Cypress ever going to not give up a point?
I think by error, yeah. I think the only way they're going to side out if they make an error.
Well, they're not trying to hit themselves or
21 in a row.
It's unbelievable. 21 points in a row, 10-0 out of the gate.
He will not call timeout.
I think he just changed the setter. So now they go to a 6-2 rotation with the setter in the back row. So now they have 3 hitters, so they're just not passing the ball. Gavilan not passing.
Chargers pouncing early. That's a nice dig from Gavilan. That was Ochoa. Swing is out and long. No high hands there.
22 in a row.
Chavarria.
Wow. They might win 25-0.
This is insane.
I have not seen this in a long time.
Ochoa will come out. Actually, that was a pretty good pass from her. But Coach Kramer looking for the right mix.
Tatiana, the statistician, even turned around and said, "What is going on here?"
Big swing, and finally, Gavilan on the board.
A point against Cypress. Those are difficult.
That's news. You better get a press release out there, Robert.
I'm going to have to tweet that.
That's a tough one, being down 10 points.
Well, this is almost shades of what we saw in the first set between ARC and El Camino.
Absolutely.
So, you have to maintain your emotions and your energy here. If you're Cypress, easy to get complacent. We see a little bit of out of sorts right there for the Chargers. Back bump set for Gavilan. Canizario, big swing. Owens, not down though. Canizario digging that one out.
That's the rotation defense I was talking about. So if you want to tip, you definitely don't want to tip right behind the block.
Canizario again, they'll go to the well. Dug out one more time. That was Corona. Owens looking for a kill. She's not going to get it. This one's going to go out. 11-2. So Gavilan scratches 2 in a row, looking for a streak of their own.
Absolutely.
Gavilan trying to make a set out of it, trying to make a match out of it, really. At this point, as Hoskins heads back to the service line. The lefty whip on the far side. This one kept alive off of Pilkington. Free ball coming. Quick set in the middle, and it's Woodward. Well, the pace incredibly fast right now and favoring the Chargers, obviously, up 12-2.
And they're definitely setting their middles every time they can.
Well, when you get a good pass, you have the ability to do just that.
Yes.
And They're firing on all cylinders right now. They're winning the serve,
But they're running
the
a
pass.
basic one. Yep.
Tight pass. That one put down. That's Evelyn Klontz.
Yep.
It's Ochoa, the lead kill getter for Gavilan. She's followed by Charlotte Canizario, Camille Finley, Evelyn Klontz, and Lex Chavarria.
It's called Chavarria.
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 Excuse me.
The only reason why I know that is I played in an adult baseball league, and there was a player, his last name was Chavarria. I don't know how many times they said Chavarria with the strikeout, Chavarria with the strikeout. I got tired of him striking everybody out. So the name
yes.
stuck to me. So now I know how to pronounce it.
Chavarria. Big kill, Pilkington. Marina with the lefty whip. 13-4.
9-point lead.
Set one likely in the books already. I mean, barring a miraculous comeback from the Rams, but got to build some momentum and put some money in the bank.
Yeah, they're going with that deep serve.
Setting the middle, and
they're going after Canizario.
The pass was there. The set's not there. A little miscommunication between the middle and the setter. That was Hoskins.
Few times in the most recent history of the state tournament have I seen a matchup where the South 4 seed and the North 1 seed are really just matched up real well.
Johnson.
And there's no separation.
No.
It's not like you can sit there and say, wow, this is going to be a huge upset if the 4 seed beats the 1.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a tough match for Gavilan.
15-4. Gavilan in a huge hole versus the 4 seed in the South. Don't go anywhere, folks. Well, you have one team firing on 8 cylinders. You got another team that was struggling to get out of the locker room. 15-4. Cypress all over Gavilan. And Coach, I'm sure you've been in this type of situation before.
I have, but not in a long time. Not like this. That's a deep hole.
That's a big swing.
But what you can do here is all you can do is tell your team, play as hard as you can, build momentum. And see if we can come close. If not, then at least going into game 2, we have that.
Ochoa with the kill. She finally gets on. She leads the team, Gavilan, in kills on the season. Need to get her going. Outside. Owens!
Crushed that ball. She crushed it.
Absolute crush ball. You're exactly right, Robert. 16-5 with emphasis.
Here's something also to think about. Cypress has been in the state tournament. This is her 5th appearance in the state tournament.
Yes.
All of them under Coach Nancy Welliver. Big
hit in the middle.
They were here in 2004, 2009 when they were the state runner-up at San Joaquin Delta, 2010.
They lost to me.
2016, and then this tournament. So 5 state tournaments, all under Coach Welliver.
Absolutely.
A lot of state tournament experience. She knows exactly what these players, what to say to the players, and how to get them motivated.
Gavilan getting their feet under them a little bit more so. They're passing the ball a little better, able to set up the middle. That was Kylie Hoskins before the point there for Savannah Johnson. She'll be subbed in for. Here comes Jane Woodward. Woodward was fantastic early on here in set 1. Corona back to the service line here for the Chargers, leading it by 11 here in set 1. Good pass from Ochoa. Quick set in the middle. It's a dunk. It's going to be a net violation.
That's a net violation.
Going to go against Cypress.
I had an interesting factoid from earlier. It was from Coach Pestalisi of Irvine Valley. And Golden West College, of course, they had that dynasty under Albert Gasparian. They won 12 consecutive state championships.
Yes.
And you got to watch a little of that.
Absolutely.
When you came up as a coach for Pierce.
Yes.
And Golden West did not make the postseason this year. It is the first time ever that Golden West has not made the postseason.
Absolutely.
That is an incredible streak.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, Coach Slaughter did not have the talent.
No.
I don't know what happened. I did not see them play.
I believe Albert Gasparian, now the athletic director at Golden West.
Well, he's retired. He retired.
Did he now?
He retired.
All right.
Yes.
Good for
He
him.
retired. Okay.
Well,
He
Golden
did.
West showing out well in soccer anyway today. Didn't make it to volleyball. Did make it, in fact, to the final. So they will play Sunday.
Upset, right?
Yeah, a bit of an upset. They
Yeah.
dispatched Fresno, the defending champs. They'll play Cerritos on Sunday.
I believe he's the VP of the school now, the vice president.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
The other thing, I mean, you talk about soccer. We'll talk about soccer for a second, since you're broadcasting both. I always look at the soccer seedings. Once you get really, more so than even in volleyball, basketball, and any other sport, when you get into that final 8,
Yes.
it's anybody's
Absolutely.
show. The game is so close. It's one goal does it, right? One goal can do it in soccer.
Very true.
And you don't have to have the best team in the world as long as you play good, solid soccer.
Soccer can be unfair.
Absolutely.
Seems unfair right now. 20-7. Cypress all over the Rams. That one down the line, not out, and Cypress just digging everything up off of the floor. Tight serve. That one on the net. Woodward puts it away. 21-7. Coach Kramer will send in Juice Verret looking for an answer here. She'll come on for Ochoa.
Gavilan's only lost this year to Cabrillo. And,
Yes.
And that gave Cabrillo the number 1 seed in the North. And Gavilan, to me, was the top team in the North all year on their resume, more so than Cabrillo. But they did lose to him. And that was their only blemish this year until possibly this match.
Absolutely.
Finley puts that one away off of a block. 21-8. If you're Gavilan, you have to go on a run here. Not necessarily to take set 1, but you have to start building momentum going into set 2.
They definitely need some confidence to go into that set.
Yeah, well, it's tough when Cypress is getting everything up off of the floor. Big swing into the twine. Not there for Zavala.
All 4 North teams this year are not the same from last year, right?
Yeah, it was.
None of them are.
In fact, it's 7 of the 8 that did not make
7
it
of the
back.
8, wow.
7 of the 8. Only Irvine Valley. Only Irvine Valley made it back to the state tournament. How's that? That's unusual.
Unusual, very unusual.
And Delta got 2, West Valley got 2 of them. Delta and then Cabrillo.
Yes. And I know Delta lost their big player to an injury.
Yeah.
Before the playoffs.
Well, and it's interesting. I brought that up earlier. Amelia Thompson got hurt and did not play against West Valley when West Valley beat Delta and knocked them out of the regionals. And then I found out today from Coach Zakarian, when they were playing in the Irvine Valley match, they lost Jenna Gomes early in the second set. She got hurt and she never returned. And that was huge. That's a huge loss for them. She had 15 kills in the round 2 regional victory, which was her season high in that regional. And as Coach Zakarian was telling me also post game, that new players were stepping up for him all the way throughout the season. It would be somebody different every single time. You never knew. You never knew.
It's a great short serve from the service line for Kylie Hoskins.
That's a pretty good short serve by.
Well, that short serve, if you can execute it, can really wreak havoc.
Absolutely.
In terms of keeping the other team. They're going after Owens in the service game. That's a tough ball. That's on the other side of the antenna. That is not going to be in for Pilkington.
Nope.
I think the very fact that it's 22-12, it's already been kind of at least a moral victory for Gavilan.
It's almost a win in the minds of Gavilan. You have to be a little concerned if you're Cypress, because the momentum's starting to shift in favor of Gavilan. Owens with a big swing off of the high hands, but not down. Dug out. Outside. That one hit by Dizon.
No, this time the middle was not up.
Back set. Swing not there. Dug out by Corona.
Cypress really doing a good job.
Pilkington, they're really just
on
getting
defense.
everything up. Dizon sets it away. That shot going to be off the mark. I think that ball is going out there, Coach. Cypress gets away with one there. Free ball coming for Gavilan. Bure sets up, quick set. In the middle, it's roofed over. One word.
Coach, that's how they made their run in 2009, defense.
Yes.
It always seems to be a Nancy Welliver trait to have the great defensive teams.
They do a good job playing defense, for sure. They're always very, very scrappy every time we play them.
23-12. Cypress 2 points away from taking set one. A great short serve just over the top of the tape. Really feasting on Michaela Banda.
I think in recent years, the Orange Empire Conference hasn't been as strong as it was at one time.
As years past, yeah.
Absolutely. But there's something to be said for playing in that conference even this year.
Nice play made by Dizon.
Cypress got to face Orange Coast, which is a strong team. They played against Riverside, which was a pretty good on the brink. They were right there toward the playoffs. They could have made the playoffs. Saddleback was a great team last year. Didn't have as good a team this year. Yet, that's still a good match.
Absolutely.
No matter what. So you're playing a ton of good teams. And Fullerton had a nice little run.
Absolutely.
Cypress had to play them. So playing all these teams twice, including Irvine Valley, they are battle prepared.
Well, if you don't get challenged, you're not going to get better. And you, for sure, being in that conference is going to push you day in, night in and night out. And that's how you get better.
And I think that's how it produced that upset when Cypress beat Irvine Valley at the end of the conference.
Dizon with an ace. And Dizon has been very much a spark plug for the Rams. You know, in talking with Coach Kevin Kramer before the game here today, he was talking about, we really don't have a go-to player. That go-to player really can be anybody, and Dizon has been that player so far here in set one for Gavilan, and they're down set point. Pilkington, big swing, can't put it away, and now Gavilan won't be able to get that one over. Set one in the books. 25-15, but some signs of life here from the Rams.
Absolutely.
Not only that, if you look at it from the back end of the set, Gavilan actually outscored Cypress. I think it was 15 to what?
15 points to 9.
15 to 14.
14, yeah.
Still, it's still better than getting blown out.
Positive signs here for Gavilan, but they do drop set one. Cypress on top, 1-0. You are watching the 2018 3C2A Volleyball Championships live from Solano. 25-15, set one goes to the Chargers. And Gavilan did a pretty good job of regrouping, but the hole was already dug.
Absolutely. They built good momentum, though, going into game two. We'll see if this is going to carry over.
Cypress getting exactly what they want out of Kayla Owens. She had 6 kills. She hit 400.
Four digs, too.
4 digs. And another standout, Bernerker at setter had 11 assists. 3 block assists for Jane Woodward, who also had 2 kills. And for Gavilan, not a lot to talk about except for looks like Banda had 5 digs, and that's pretty much it. Camille Finley had 3 kills in only 3 attempts. That tells me what, Coach? Maybe you want to get her the ball?
Absolutely.
Keep on going to her.
If I'm not mistaken, Kayla Owens is probably the younger sister or the cousin of the Owens who played for El Camino back in 2011.
I think you're
right. The All-American.
That's right. So why Cypress?
Yes.
another issue in itself, right?
Yes.
Pilkington.
Well, that's Coach Hazel about that one.
Gets it knocked down. Outside, Owens, big swing, pulls the block and down on the Gavilan side. Really liked what I saw out of Pilkington as well in that first set for Cypress. Gives you a little bit of a different look as a lefty.
Coach Kramer started with a different lineup. He started in rotation 1. And he plugged in Flo in the lineup.
Yeah, Flo Tukuaoga.
We talk about that All-American list, and really, even though El Camino lost, I think it was clear that at least from what I've seen out of the 4 teams, that Leilua definitely maybe the most athletic of anybody in the state.
Absolutely.
Easily the highest vertical that I've seen here today. Thought Leak pretty close for Fresno City. Flo, a little bit wide there.
He's a little bit late getting to that ball.
How about the play of the fill-in libero for Bakersfield last match?
Garcia.
Can't say enough.
Just an incredible display of grit there by that young woman. Ochoa goes cross court. She uses all of it.
That was a player who seized the opportunity. She was not supposed to be there.
No,
she ended up being there for circumstance.
Absolutely. She was definitely prepared and ready for it.
Yeah, Cora Garcia. 2-all here, set 2. A bit closer than the first one after we saw the Chargers shoot out to an 11-0 lead. What was that, 22 points in a row?
22 points in a row. Last 11 of the Long Beach City match, first 11 of the state quarterfinal.
Yes.
Incredible run.
Almost unheard of.
Wins over San Diego City and Long Beach in 5 for Cypress to punch their ticket up here to Solano. Savannah over the top of the block. Free ball coming. It's short from Owens. Outside, it'll go back to Kayla. Kayla through the block, but not down. Flo keeps it alive. And we'll have a net violation, I believe. It's going to go against Savannah.
Call it sad or call it odd. But we looking at the regular season, there were actually 3 sets this year, won by teams, 25-0.
This year?
This year. 3 different matches had a set that went 25-0.
Cypress runs a very simple offense. They run the one in front of the setter and the high ball to the left side.
And Flo Tukuaoga, she's doing a really good job of really being a presence on that net. She gets the ball over offensively, and then defensively she makes Kayla Owens really kind of think about it. She puts it into the net.
Absolutely.
It's 5-2 here. It's set 2. And Gavilan showing why they're the top seed coming in from the north. Ochoa on the overpass.
Tukuaoga didn't even play in the first set.
Yes.
Well, part of great coaching and the coach of the year in the NorCal region, Kevin Kramer, is pressing the right buttons at the right time. It seems like he's done that here in set 2, 6-2, Gavilan region.
She's playing for Canizaro. She's playing her spot.
Yeah, she had a very, in reviewing the stats, Canizaro really difficult. 4 errors
and the pass
8 attempts. No kills.
They got stuck in
that rotation. The passing game
in
shambles for the Chargers. They trail it 7-2, and the Rams have come out with a sense of urgency here in the second set after dropping the first 25-15. Back in a moment. out of the timeout for Cypress, trailing it 7-2 here after a big opening in that first set for the Chargers as they go to the well. And Owens.
Yes, good side out here.
Puts it through the block. 7-3. Mike Zepeda, Nabil Mardini, Robert Lewis here on today's coverage. Nabil, I get that name right?
Yes, you did.
I get a lot of practice. Owens back to the service line. Pretty good serve, pretty good pass. Nice setup up in the middle. That was Camille Finley.
A better matchup in the middle in this match than the one before.
Indeed.
Both teams like to go to the middle.
It's too early to talk about MVPs, but I really like Katie Emmerling out of Fresno, especially after I found out she only became their setter 3.5 months ago.
Wow.
Wow.
She was their leading kill.
Yeah, she was a pin hitter
last year, and she moved to setter. And originally she was going to be in a 6-2. She wanted to just take her on slowly, and then the other setter got hurt, and Coach Roby said, "You're it," and she's been great.
She's been
44 assists today.
Big swing for the Chargers, but that's dug out. And right back at ya, Ochoa.
Pretty good hit.
After Zavala had put a pretty good swing on it, it gets dug out, and then a kill back the other way. Everything going right for the Rams. 10-3 here in set 2. And back and forth we go. Savannah in the middle, and that one coming our way.
You know, if Gavilan it comes back to win this match, it'll be win number 30. Gavilan
Wow.
is 29-1.
Wow. Impressive.
Corona with 5 digs in that first set. Back to the service line, and it's Ochoa, and the passing is it's night and day here for Gavilan in set 2. They are really locked in.
The Gavilan is serving better now. They're passing better. Their hitters are taking good swings at the ball.
Maybe it is this side of the court. Didn't we have an issue like that with ARC and El Camino?
Mike Zepeda called it too. We were talking about it earlier. And that's exactly what's happened.
And a block
Everybody
right
on
up
this
the
side
middle.
of the floor struggling.
Oh, yeah.
Katia Dizon. 12-4.
It's the jinx side.
It really is. Hey, the hospitality side over here. I don't want food poisoning. Slow it down.
we gotta see if there's a lighting issue over here, right? Something's going on.
Zavala. Off of the hands.
Spiked
Not
water
away,
in the
though.
Gatorade box.
Finley has that one roofed over, a one-on-one with Jane Woodward. Well, you have to like your matchup there anytime you're one-on-one with the blocker. But Woodward holding her ground. She scores for Cypress.
Woodward did a good job lining up on the hitter's shoulder.
It's a big part of the match for Cypress. They come back here and they make this a set. Now, and then the pressure's right back on Gavilan.
But Gavilan is definitely playing better.
Ochoa. Excuse me, that was Chavarria.
Chavarria, yeah.
Outstanding job, Mike. You got it.
Hey, you know what? I listen sometimes. Owens gets away. I think that was going out. The touch Owens before it hit the end line. Miscommunication there between Owens and her libero.
My dog Toby also listens, but it's selective. Very selective.
Outside, we go to Pilkington. Good coverage there from Gavilan. Big swing dug out. Ochoa with a bump set. Setting up Pilkington, tight on the net. Bit of a free ball situation. Good approach. D-zone.
That's a pretty good hit.
Pretty good hit, very good footwork in terms of the step close, and she gets one in.
She does have a good jump.
The lead is double digits here in set 2 for Gavilan. They scored the first 11 points of the match.
Yes.
Woodward blocked over. D-zone. She's been on fire here for the Rams.
They're doing a good job lining up on the middle.
It's not past the Dijon, it's past the Dizon.
Well played, Robert. I like that. Woodward gets on the board one more time.
They set it 3 times in a row.
You notice on the Rams side, they have about 5 or 6 kind of tiny players, but they get it done.
Yes.
Big Chester there.
Pretty good hit.
Klontz with the clout ball.
Berniker took that hot shot right off her face.
Camus, she took it off the number 6 on her jersey.
She hit that ball over the block. We got 2 big jumpers on that team. Gavilan team.
Klontz is one of them. When we saw it right there, 17-6 with an exclamation point. Pilkington will try to answer, and Cypress decidedly out of it in terms of morale. You see the body language here, Coach. And Nancy Welliver is going to talk things over, and she knows she needs to start building some momentum, something that Gavilan did at the end of set 1. They now lead it 18-6 in set 2 after dropping set 1 25-15.
Gavilan playing with a lot of fire. (18-6). Gavilan, top seed from the north, getting everything up, doing everything right. Flow off of the high hands. Tukwauga. But again, that's a very aggressive swing. They're going after it, Gavilan.
Yeah, we're not seeing the dink settings that we were seeing earlier before.
Yeah, can you believe that a team could be...
That one on the back line from Gavilan. It's an ace. It's Hoskins.
You could be up 11-0 in set 1, win the set by 10, and now you're down 14 points in set 2.
Welcome to volleyball.
Good pass. Set up outside. Owens with the left hand. Set a little bit off the mark. Near side. Dizon. Dizon is on, and she's been fantastic. You've got to be your MVP here for Gavilan.
I wanted to ask Coach Mardini about this. There was a Berniker took that shot, and I know, you're used to that. That happens. But does that rattle a player sometimes?
Sometimes, she actually did a good job.
She did a nice set earlier,
she went back to her rotation. She's like, hey, let's serve again.
No problem, right.
I thought she handled it very well. Hey, it's not if in volleyball, it's when it's going to happen.
Now, Coach, you played setter back in the day, is that correct? Santa Monica College?
I played outside hitter. I played opposite. I did all 3. And I set.
What year did you go to Santa Monica?
I went to Santa Monica in 91, and then I went to UCLA, and then I got back. I came back to Santa Monica in 95.
Fellow Corsairs, I was Santa Monica College baseball, 85-86.
Do you know what a Corsair is?
Pirate.
It's a French pirate.
A French pirate.
Whatever that means. 21-8. Well, Gavilan pouring on the gravy. Savannah Johnson dug back up against Flo. One more time. 22-8.
She's really doing a good job tooling the block.
She also has the best motion after a point. You're finally seeing some real excitement at it. There's not a lot of players showing a lot of emotion.
Yeah, we saw a lot of emotion in our last match with Bakersfield and Fresno. Both teams traveling very well, and that is carried over here into the nightcap. Dizon from the service line, a good one, an overpass. Savannah Johnson can't get there, and 23-8.
There was no question about it that Fresno City and Bakersfield has been the match of the day.
Absolutely.
So far.
Dizon, she gets up pretty high.
She really does.
A pretty good jump.
Drop ball there out of the serve. Outside, Owens, big swing. When in doubt, go to KO.
That's a heavy arm.
As a setter, Coach Mardini, who do you want to get the ball to for Cypress?
Well, I would get the ball to her right now.
How many times would you get it to her? As often as possible?
As often as possible. She's hot. It's not a Susie, Lisa, Mary type of thing. Go to your hot hitter.
Don't need to
Great
spread
pass
it out
from Ochoa. She'll get it right back and kill.
this. They might not get the double digits. Cypress.
Just incredible after they took the first 11 points of the match.
I have a feeling game number 3 is going to be tight and close.
I think you got a pretty good point there, but Cypress got to find something that works. Bump back over, free ball situation, bump set, flow one more time, pulling the block.
Why not?
And coach, that is just savvy play from Flo Tukuaoga. 25-9. We're tied up 1-all. Set 3 coming up. One all, we head into set 3. The top seed from the North, Gavilan College. They were boat raced in set 1, 25-15. They come right back and spank Cypress 25-9. The Chargers don't get the double digits.
How about the bench for Gavilan? Talk about depth. We don't talk too much about depth in this tournament, but the Rams certainly have it. Dizon off the bench with 3 kills. Tukuaga, 3 kills off the bench. Chavaria, 2 kills off the bench. 8 kills in that set off the bench.
Wow.
Cypress needs to regroup here. Their passing really left in shambles after that game. You got to credit Gavilan. They're making them work in terms of putting pressure on them, swinging the ball or swinging at the ball. And I really thought that Flo Tukuaoga and Katia Dizon really electrified this team, and they're going to get the start here in rotation 1 for Gavilan to start set 3. Hey, if you're Coach Kevin Kramer, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And
absolutely.
They go right to Dizon. That's blocked back over. Still going. Free ball. Set middle. Woodward. Cypress on the board first here in set number 3.
North Coach of the Year and Kevin Kramer, and 29-1 record. And what more do you expect? Of course, you expect to have a pushback by Gavilan after that first set.
And speaking of Coach Kevin Kramer, it's his wife's birthday today. So happy birthday.
That is some
Miss
colorful
Lindsay
insight,
Kramer.
my friend.
Yes. It helps when you know the coach personally.
It really does. Berniker back to the service line, 1-0 Cypress. Dizon, bump set. She'll set up Flo. Flo. Owens, near side. Zavala blocked back in. Flo and Klotz.
They have done an outstanding job in game 2 and 3 blocking.
And Coach Bardini, I made a mention off air, and that's when Coach Kramer went up to Klontz. Did a little one-on-one with her right at the end of that first set, and it seems like it's paid off.
Absolutely, 100%.
Woodward again. She's accounted for both points here in set 3 for the Chargers early. Well, Coach, during that break between sets 2 and 3, Coach Kramer was talking about, look, hey, great job battling back, but we have to expect them to make some adjustments. First team to 5.
Absolutely.
Back set, Tukwauga blocked back over. Don't know if anybody's catching up to this one, and they will not. It's great pursuit by Banda, but she can't get there. 3-1. Cypress now with a little momentum to start set 3.
Coach Kramer with the safe sign.
He did say
that. Slide.
He thought he was playing baseball.
Yeah, I think he's an umpire now. Yeah.
Good pass here from Ochoa. Do they go back to her? No, they set up Klontz. Blocked back over, but not down. Ochoa.
Both teams blocking well.
Indeed. The wall has been set up. Tukwauga looking for a little placement shot. Placement over power. Can't get it down. We're still going. Ochoa rears back. Goes cross court, but it's out.
I didn't mention Ochoa, but in the first 2 sets, 6 kills and 7 attempts. Not much better than that.
Not a bad number. Pilkington trying to put that over. Tukwauga, great placement there down the line.
She's been the star off the bench for Gavilan.
It wasn't a pretty pump. It wasn't a pretty point, but Coach Kramer will take it.
Yeah, Coach Kramer, interesting. He went to a 2-man serve receive in that last rotation.
4-2. That one off the mark. Pilkington does get a swing on it. Back set. Flo looking to tool it. No, she's looking for the dink, and she's going to get it. Tukwauga has been fantastic.
Points.
Stealing.
She's stealing points.
Stealing points.
You sure that's not Sakona? It looks the way she's scoring points for her team.
4-3. Cypress with a 1-point lead. Woodward dug out.
It's a good shot back by Woodward.
D-zone goes cross court. Pilkington blocked over. Ochoa. 4-0.
Finley also up on that block.
This game is going to go the distance.
Yeah, we have some predictions on the score outcome of this set. On the chat, Owens blocked over. Kayla hasn't been able to get going. Pilkington has, and she'll put down the left-hander right there for the score. Hoskins can't deliver.
I'm not making any predictions. I keep thinking 5 sets, and then I watch how teams have found a way to win in 4.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it's 5-4 right here. As Danielle Gomez will come on. Ochoa down the line.
It's a pretty good swing.
Hammers one home.
That's her 7th kill. She only had 9 attempts.
I did not think I would see this out of Gavilan after I saw the first 11 points of this match. Completely different team.
And just like American River, they look
Very
terrible.
True.
Absolutely terrible in that first set. Win the next 3, no problem.
Absolutely.
Owens trying to look for the dink. It's blocked back over, and that's a net violation that's going to go against Finley reaching over. A substitution here as Rocha will come on. She'll come on for Pilkington into the back row.
So once again, they're going to a 2-man serve receive. Gavilan here. I don't see that often in the women's game or the men's game.
Outside, Big swing there for Gavilan. It's Lex Chavarria.
Matt Folsom gets a little more English on it. Chavarria.
He's got a little Italian in there for sure. A little spice. Man with the golden pipes, Matt Folsom, friend of the program here at SoCal College Sports. Savannah gets on top of it.
Matt's SID at West Valley College, used to be the SID at Sierra, and he's been the voice of many of the state championships in the last couple of years, including at soccer and volleyball.
And basketball, Las Positas a couple of years ago. My dad, a big fan of his three-point call. From beyond.
Don't tell Brad Hoyce that down south.
Hey, look, that's a man with the golden pipes himself.
I think George Matagakis told Matt, come on down to Ventura. So we'll see what happens there.
We'll find out in March, that's for sure. 7-all, Gavilan serving. Near side, this is Zavala. Brittany puts it away. Cypress by the slimmest of margins. Woodward back into the front row. Zavala, Woodward up front along with Berniker.
Just like Coach Mardini said, there's trading points now in this third set.
Absolutely.
Corona serving. Quick set in the middle. Finley. Check that Clont, excuse me.
8-8.
They're not defending that tip very well.
Hoskins now back to serve for the Rams. Near side, Zavala roofed over. Klontz and Tukuaoga.
She's doing such a good job.
She really is.
Tukuaoga.
And Klontz is it's like she's building off of that. It's a good little team up front.
Back row attack. Owens doesn't get past the tape. 10-8. And we're starting to see the Rams pull away a little bit here.
For body language and emotion, I'm giving Gavilan the top notch here after the 8 teams that made it here.
That one on the back line. That's a second ace here, I believe, for Hoskins in this set.
And they're serving really tough.
Coach Kramer giving out signals saying, hey, we want to go after Owens. They do so pretty well. Woodward with a swing, and she puts it away. Great angle, good cut on the ball.
Absolutely. That's all the Mills have to do, is learn how to hit the corners, and they score a lot of points.
Learn how to hit the corners without going too wide. 11-9. Cypress trailing by 2. Berniker.
That ball was going out.
I believe you're right. Flo gets a good swing, goes back row. Back set, Pilkington. It's tough to play the lefty on the fly when she comes in. She obviously only get her 3 spots up front, but it changes that angle.
Absolutely.
Gavilan, not really ready for it that time.
They need to get her the ball a lot more. Gavilan having a hard time defending the right side attack.
Dizon down the line and out. So Dizon is cooled off a little bit.
Another tie at 11.
Yep, another tie.
Berniker's been a quiet leader for Cypress. Runs that offense, and it's a pretty good server.
Very good.
Tukuaoga, that's out. Past the back line. They're looking for a touch. Not going to get it from the back judge.
All of a sudden.
But that's a very good swing. If I'm a setter right now, I would go to her again.
Cypress staying steady. 12-11 lead.
Tough serve. They're going after Dizon. They go into the middle. Klontz trying to put it down. Can't do so. Near side. This is Zavala. Zavala with a roll shot. Not there. Back set. Flo placed right in front of Pilkington. And Pilkington, not her forte.
Yes.
Just heady play from Flo again. Tukuaoga.
She's making things happen, and she's taking aggressive swing.
Just making her team that much better since she's been out, and she started the last 2 games here in rotation 1 for Gavilan.
A lot of players get a set like this, and they take a swing at it out of frustration. She did a good job keeping the ball in.
Another ace. This time it's Dizon.
Yes. She does a good job. She elevates.
Past the Dizon. 13-12. Gavilan back by 1. Woodward dug out. Ochoa rolls it over. Back set. Pilkington right there. Coach, you talked about it. Got to get her the ball. See it right there with success again for the Chargers.
They're not defending that spot at all.
No.
Coach Kramer's talking about it right now. You have to be there.
And now Zavala is serving. This will be interesting.
Back set. Flow! Knocked down. Wow.
Still
dug
alive.
out. Unreal.
I would go again to her. Go again.
Set her dump. Set up. Here slow again. Tukwauga out. Making her think about it. She tried to go off the line. She goes wide.
Yes.
So that looked like that was a surefire kill for Flo Tukwauga, and Cypress gets it up.
Lucky charm. Zavala serving.
Yep. Great pass from Dizon.
Yeah,
back set. They go to Flo.
Good choice by the setter. Good choice.
Bump set far side. Pilkington blocked over but on the side of Gavilan.
And in. Pilkington, huh?
And Coach Kevin Kramer says, I want to take a timeout. Down by 2 are the Rams to Cypress here in set 3.
And the substitution, oh, I'm sorry. The substitutions, again, with Nancy Welliver, the Cypress head coach. She's making the right choices,
Absolutely.
right, Coach?
Absolutely she is.
Well, Coach Kevin Kramer made some adjustments. Nancy Welliver doing some of her own. Then she finds herself up by 2 here, middle of set 3. Back in action here, 15-13. Ochoa into the top of the tape. I don't think there was a touch there. They're going to keep it alive. Joust ball to net. Going to be won by
got the point.
And Gavilan gets away with one there out of the timeout.
And Coach Welliver standing up going, huh? What is that?
Yes.
Crazy. And that ended that little run there for Cypress, too.
Absolutely.
Gavilan will serve. Owens rears back off of the block, and she's lost a little zip on her fastball, I think. Finley trying to put it over. Battle at the net. Owens gets it over. Here's Ochoa. Block back. Flo looking for a spot on the floor, and she's going to be out just a little bit wide. She's going for the corner.
Mike, with Leilua for El Camino, I don't think there are any swing counts in volleyball.
No.
She had 64, by the way, after 71 in a regional playoff match.
Yeah.
That's a lot of swings.
Indeed.
Again, Florence doing a really good job blocking as well. I mean, she got a real good touch. She slowed down the ball.
They go back to Flo. Flo with a hard swing off of the block.
The huge change that putting her in. She did not play in the first set. I keep saying it.
She's my MVP so far.
Right?
Played
in
really
this match.
Played really well in the win versus Feather River. Did Flo Tukwauga.
Playing with a lot of confidence for sure.
So I'll have to ask Coach Kramer, how come she didn't play in the first set?
You got 2 big hitters now for Cypress.
16-15, and it's an ace.
Yep.
This one, Grayson Gilroy.
You have Pilkington and Savannah on a good pass. I believe the setter is going to go to Savannah here.
16 off Pilkington.
She went wide.
But the ball was, the set was not on the net.
The other ones were clean.
The clean, yes. Yeah. Coming off a better pass.
17-16, the lead now back to Gavilan. Owens changes that, tied up 17-0.
That's a very, very nice high hit.
Owens had 18 attempts in the first 2 sets. That's not enough. That's not enough for that kind of hitter.
Yeah.
You have to feed the stud. Speaking of studs, it's Ochoa for Gavilan. Teresa had 210 kills coming into the championships, leading the team here for the Rams. She scores one right there.
Yes.
The lead back to Gavilan.
Now you got Dizon back in the front row.
Dizon, who's been very good throughout this match for Gavilan. That one into the antenna. Point Rams.
It was a different type of set. They typically set at a higher ball. Now they went a little faster.
5, and that was what, a 2 instead?
It was a high ball.
19-17. Owens does not handle that well. Zavala going to try and keep it alive. Free ball coming for the Rams. Finley gets that one blocked back over, but it's covered by Dizon. Near side, Owens blocked back. Zavala, quick set, middle. Savannah has that blocked over, and it's a point for Gavilan. First to 20 here in set 3.
Definitely defended the net there. Gavilan playing great defense.
Yes, and covering the ball very well as well. They're giving their hitters second opportunities to get kills.
Timeout on the floor, 20-17, set 3, and Gavilan looking for a 2-1 lead. Another ace.
Chavaria, and
that's a way to serve tough after a timeout. Typically you call it timeout because you want the server
to ice the server.
Or take some speed off the serve.
Chavaria. Another point, another tough one. Owens doesn't handle it well.
2 in a row.
And it's a 2-0 run out of the timeout.
Yes.
Another timeout called by Cypress, trying to stop the bleeding here. 5-point lead at the end of set 3. Let's keep it here, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
The first time in any of the 4 matches that a server had two consecutive aces.
Very true.
This is interesting. If Gavilan,
unfortunately, this won't be. I don't think this is going to count as an ace because I think she doubled.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Unfortunately,
we'll see how it's statted. But
it's a point. In the end, it's a point.
It's a point, right. It turned into a point. And Cypress, they had that first set, and everybody's thinking, hey, you know what? They're on their way.
Yeah.
Sure enough, Gavilan, a #1 seed in the North,
absolutely
comes right on back, wins that second set. And now they're 3 points away from taking a 2-1 sets lead.
And they're playing good volleyball.
And here's another thing: if Gavilan goes on to win this match, and this is that old Southport North argument. 3 North teams in the final Final four.
I don't think it hasn't happened in a long time.
No, I have to look it up. I don't even know. It's in the winners bracket in the old double elimination. It happened.
True.
But not in this kind of format. It is very unusual to see 3 North teams get in.
Chavarria
Gavilan's
still
on the
serving. Another tough one, but handled much better. Owens rears back, fires away, and puts it in.
They're setting the ball. The setter is setting the ball a little too wide for her. She needs to keep that ball inside a little bit, inside the antenna.
Owens back to serve now.
Owens has 50 aces this year. The best server on Cypress.
Quick serve, Finley, Camille.
That's a very high hit again.
Great job with the tool.
Absolutely. I think Savannah's going a little too high. She's very athletic. She can definitely get her hands over the net.
A little bit more penetration
stuff
on the net.
Absolutely.
23-18. Gavilan 2 points away from taking set 3. Zavala, not much there in terms of the approach. Nice pass from Dizon. Back set. That one not down. Owens digs it out. Zavala, not much on it. Finley, Dizon, good swing. Owens gets that one up. Back-to-back dids for Owens. Back set. Blocked over, but out.
Yeah,
set
that was
point.
Chavarria.
Set point. Partisan North crowd here up here in Fairfield, California at Solana College.
Did Gavilan ever win past the first round?
Well, Gavilan.
Set 3 in the books.
They've only had
Miscommunication
one
again
One.
from the Chargers.
That's their second time, right, at the state tournament?
Yeah, Gavilan 2016, just like Cypress was here in 2016.
So that would be interesting.
The winner gets a date with Fresno City in the semis, and right now it's Gavilan, the top seed of the North, in the driver's seat. Back in a moment with set 4 coming up on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Well, it didn't start out great for Gavilan. They gave up the first 11 points of the match here in Game 4 on the day of the quarterfinals. But they got a 2-1 lead going into set 4, gentlemen. What's the big reason why?
I think they're playing with a lot of fire. They did a good job blocking. They served really well. They started passing better. And I think, to me, the hitters are taking good swings. I mean, they're just going after it.
How about Katia Dizon and Flo Tukuaoga. And then that really started to get Teresa Ochoa, the lead kill getter on the season for Gavilan.
Yes.
Got her going, and everybody's just really playing very well.
And yet Ochoa only has 15 attempts. She has 8 kills. Tukuaoga has the most attempts, and she didn't play the first set. She had 19 in the 2 sets.
I'd keep getting the ball.
And the serving for Gavilan, 10 aces, 3 each for Hoskins and Dizon.
Yes.
And if the Chargers, what adjustment do you make here, Nabil?
Well, to me, the adjustment is you got to serve. You have to serve better. I think Cypress started serving the ball real well, and then they took some speed off that serve.
Dizon looking for the corner, but it's out.
But I think a lot of it in transition. I don't see the hitters available. I mean, you have 25, 27, and obviously Owens. These are your main hitters.
Yep.
So right now, I would set every ball to Owens. But again, they need to dig more balls in transition and give their hitters second opportunities.
Yeah, you got to stay within the system. I mean, obviously, if you can play out of system on the fly, you're going to do yourselves a lot of flavors.
Absolutely.
Woodward was so good in set 1. See her right there with the kill.
Yes.
Here's another stat for you. Cypress had 16 kills in the first set, and they hit 286. Since that time, they only have 15 kills in the last 2 sets combined and 14 attack errors. Evening out, they're basically hitting close to 0.
Because they're being tentative. They're just kind of afraid to make mistakes. Except
Owens,
for Owens.
not afraid
that's a pretty
there.
good swing.
Good swing, tools the block down on the Gavilan side. 3-0 here early for Cypress in set 4.
Great response by the Chargers coming
Absolutely.
out. Do or die set.
Tough pass gets
Another
over
point,
Woodward
overpass.
again. And the passing now a little off.
Exactly.
And the momentum shifting in favor of the Chargers. Not really much of an adjustment outside of just playing better here for Cypress.
Playing better.
And Gavilan coming off maybe a little complacent there after taking the last 2 sets.
100%.
Find themselves in a quick hole in set 4.
But then you can see the energy on the Cypress side is a lot better than game 2 and 3.
Absolutely. Owens rears back again. Not there. Dizon with a big swing and an overpass and a kill for Klantz.
Yes.
So Gavilan on the board here with a side out. Dizon back to serve.
Notice the bandage on Klantz's right hand.
Looks like a thumb injury, maybe a wrist. Woodward blocked over. Owens, I think that was going out. She knew it. So after giving up a 4-0 lead, Gavilan cuts the lead in half at 4-2.
Here's Dizon with 3 aces so far.
Owens down the line.
Good response.
Really no chance for Hoskins.
There's a lot of runs. A run in volleyball is basically scoring 3 points or more. There's a lot of runs in this match.
Hard to see much on the momentum swings. It doesn't seem to matter when a team loses by 15 or 14 points, right?
Exactly.
Big hit in the middle by Klantz. Sophomore middle blocker from Gilroy. Hometown product for Gavilan. Gets it to 5-3.
She elevates as well, just like Dizon.
We talked about 2 big jumpers. Those are them. Bump set for Owens. A beauty right on the net. She goes wide.
Yes.
And if you're Owens, you have to do a better job with that ball. It was a pretty good set.
That's a pretty good set. That was a good swing. She dropped her elbow a little bit. I think she just needs to go after it.
Owens is approaching double digits in attack errors. She had 7 going in, and she has 2 in this set.
Owens. Dizon.
Here we go, another run.
5-0. It was 4-0.
Now Cypress will make a run.
It's a 5-1 run right now for Gavilan, serving it up. It's Banda. Going right after Owens, making her work. Pilkington now in the front row, bumps it over. Back set, they set up Flo Tukuaoga. She's looking for a touch. She's not going to get it. No, it was there.
But again, it's an aggressive swing.
Yeah.
As a coach, I don't mind errors like this.
That's a good adjustment there by the blockers for Cypress. I think they realized that Flo was going after the hands instead of trying to get the ball in.
She is.
Able to induce the side out. Owens now serving for the Chargers, and it's in on the line.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how they need to serve.
Owens led the team in aces this year. She got an ace there, so.
She goes right down the line. She goes right after the line judge.
That's tough to pass.
Off of the
ace.
tape, back-to-back aces after a side out after it was 5-5. Now a 3-point lead for Cypress.
And guess what? We have a run.
Owens playing with fire with the tape on the previous serve that resulted in an ace. That time down on the Cypress side, 8-6.
Does that drive you nuts, Coach? She just had 2 aces and then she puts one into the net.
I don't mind the misses by a few inches out, but yeah, into the net is what I call a negative mistake in serving.
Joust ball at the net in favor of Gavilan, but Cypress able to keep it alive. Finley.
No, I don't see too many middles do what she just did, but that's a good cutback by Finley.
8-7. Gavilan. Check that, Cypress. That one into the top of the tape as well.
This has been a good run in the last couple of years for Coach Kramer. First time for Gavilan making that state tournament in 2016.
Yes.
Took a program really that was, not on the map at all.
He's done a great job.
And done a great job. 2 state tournament appearances in 3 years.
Absolutely.
Free ball coming. Perfect pass from Owens. Pilkington blocked over. Ochoa.
That's a very good block.
And Finley right there.
They're doing a good job, Gavilan, lining up on the hitter's shoulder.
Well, the adjustment has been made from a blocking scheme.
Yes.
When you talk about Gavilan, they were not responding well to Pilkington from Cypress.
Yes.
They seem to have closed that window of opportunity for the Chargers. 9-8.
Pilkington is going to get set.
No, it's Savannah in the middle, and it's a net violation going to go against Berniker.
Tight pass.
A little bit of an overpass resulting in the violation, tied up 9-all. Cypress down 2-1. Gavilan a set away from a date with Fresno City in the semis. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pilkington gets a swing on it. Dug out. Bump set far side. That one's going to be out. No touch. Chavarria. Lead back to the Chargers at 10-9.
Very good pass.
Set up, far side, D's on. Took a little bit off of it, miscommunication there. Zavala with a roll shot in the middle.
That
opportunity here for Gavilan. An opportunity not taken advantage of. Grayson Gilroy, a miscommunication with her hitters. Coach, sometimes you're going to see that when you're running the 6-2. You got a different setter in there on every 3 rotations. Sometimes you'll see a lack of synergy, and we see it right there.
Absolutely. But again, that's what she's got to go.
That was going out.
She's got to go to Diza.
Owens rolls it over. That one's going wide of the line.
I'm going to take the wrath of South coaches right now, and regardless of what ends up happening in this match. But earlier this year, we had a ranking, and 14 North teams were on the top 25, and I made a comment that it's never happened before where that many North teams were on it. And I felt it was deserving for the North teams because, frankly, the North teams are challenging each other, whereas the South teams, there's just not enough teams, the good teams playing enough of the good teams in quality matches. It's showing at the state tournament, too, because
Finley with an ace, and then it's Klontz.
They definitely play more matches for sure.
And now there's a potential of 3 out of the 4 making it to the semifinals. What does that tell you?
Well, I mean, I think it does give a lot of merit to the fact that if you play matches, you're going to get your team ready for the state playoffs.
Exactly.
Shift in power here, boys.
And here's another one. Earlier this year, Cypress played in a tournament, and Butte played in a crossover tournament, or a North team came down to play the South.
Yeah.
And Butte beats Ventura, a team that had its best season in forever, in many years, won their conference and ended up being a seed in the number 9 seed. They lost to Orange Coast, and they beat Cypress. Butte beat Cypress. Butte was the North number 13 seed, and they beat Cypress earlier this year.
I believe it. And he does a good job. David does a good job with the team.
David Davis, Dave Davis. And
outside, Owens rises up, blocked over, but out.
We haven't talked about it at all in the broadcast also, but so many new coaches in the state, really in the last couple of years, and a lot of good ones, and coaches that have taken over some quality programs that have actually raised the excellence of their programs. One, Chris Muscat at Miracosta College had a great year.
There's a touch there.
Liz Hazel, 2 years in as El Camino's coach. Long Beach City has Misty May Trainer.
Absolutely. A lot of good coaches. This is exactly what we want to see. When you see good coaches, the quality of volleyball rises.
Lake.
Absolutely. Folsom Lake, too. That's a good team.
Zavala can't handle it. It's another ace on the board
she
for Gavilan.
Yeah,
Dizon not messing around from the service line. It's 15-13, the top seed in the North. A set away from a spot in the semis.
Absolutely. She doesn't put a lot of speed, but it drops.
Okay, I'm calling it. Cypress is coming back, and it's going to go 5.
Wouldn't shock me. Woodward, net violation, going to go against Gavilan. 15-14.
It's not Dewey beats Truman, but it's close. We'll see. We can ask Florida about elections, but here Cypress has a real good shot to turn this match around right now.
Set in the middle. It's Klontz with the hammer.
That's a pretty good jump. She's playing with a lot of fire.
Klontz is really, you see that emotion on her face. Very demonstrative, and I think it fires up her team. She even looked at the bench and the fans and put her hand up on that.
I'm fired up.
Yeah.
Tukuao go back into
Let's all get out there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Probably going to turn an ankle if I do. 17-14 now.
Good serve. That's a good serve. That's a person who just came in as a sub.
Banda, the libero.
Gavilan has 12 aces in this match.
I expect a couple more before the night's end.
And that's a high so far at this year's tournament.
Owens blocked back over. Bump set. Here comes a free ball, and Gavilan, an opportunity to capitalize. Outside, Ochoa blocked out.
I think I jinxed Cypress on that.
Well, the people watching for Cypress aren't going to appreciate that very much, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But how about Gavilan? They were down 11-0 in the first set.
Yes.
11-0, and they have a chance to
win the match.
3 and 4. In 4.
Yes.
American River loses by 14 points in the first set, and they go back and win 3 sets in a row.
I have to believe that it was all jitters.
Back over. Timeout, Cypress. They trail it by 5. Top team in the North, 6 points away, and they're fired up.
And the Rams fans are going crazy up there in the stands. Great year for Gavilan.
Absolutely.
And again, if they win 30 wins for Gavilan.
Well, 15 in a row coming into the championships. We talked about it. Ohlone and Feather River dispatched in round 1 and round 2 in the playoffs. And right now, the Rams in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. They are in the driver's seat. They have all the momentum. But again, it's not over yet.
You know, it's interesting how also 4 teams that made the 16 tournament didn't make the 17 tournament, and now they're back for the 18 tournament.
It's not over yet.
Cypress being one of the 4.
Yes.
And it's not over, but
well, you got a team that can score, points in a row. So you have to be. Again, you can't let up. That's the bottom line.
And Owens can get on a hot streak. The hitter who hasn't done anything this set, they haven't gone to Pilkington.
Yes. Now, the problem with this is if they side out, Owens is going to the back row.
19-14. And Banda still serving. It's a little bit off of it, going right after Owens. Quick set in the middle, Woodward. Puts it away. Big response there for Jane.
Yes.
Point out of the timeout for Cypress, just what Coach Nancy Welliver was looking for.
Go right back to Woodward. We'll see.
Well, you need a pass to do that in the middle. Back set, Finley not down.
It's a very
they
good
go,
block.
and they go right back to her with the pass.
And another kill.
And Woodward takes a little bit off of it. Cypress now 3 points away from tying it up.
Now, why didn't I put $20 on 27 at in Vegas? I just called 2 kills for her.
Well, that was a good. It started with the block again. She did a good job controlling it, getting a positive touch.
Great job out of the timeout for Cypress.
19-16, quick set. Flo puts it down!
Tupuaga, the star of the match, does not play in the first set. I keep saying that. And I'm going to ask Coach Kramer, why didn't you play in the first set?
Because the other one has been his starter, too, Canizaro.
Yeah, and she hasn't played.
Yes,
she hasn't played.
That's why you have a bench.
Yeah. Good to have depth.
Back set, Pilkington to set a little bit off from Berniker. 21-16.
All that momentum and right back to a 5-point lead.
Absolutely.
Gavilan they just come right back and nothing bothers them.
Yes.
Owens punches it up on the far side. That's a pretty good set for Zavala.
Old school volleyball.
Yes, sir. Overpass. Finley. Owens gets it over. High ball there outside. Ochoa off the touch.
If Gavilan wins, it will ensure the highest finish ever for Gavilan as they in 16. They're not going to here. If they win, they'll definitely finish in the top 3.
It'll be their first win ever in a state tournament.
Rams
tied for 3rd.
3 points away.
Despite even if they lose in the semifinals, they'll be tied for 3rd.
Absolutely.
For the yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it's been an incredible day here. Game 4, the final game of the day. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. slated times for the semifinals.
Yes.
We know it's going to be American River and IVC, the defending state champs. Winner of this one, looking like it's going to be Gavilan. We'll get Fresno City earlier today, upset the 2 seed from the south in Bakersfield.
And Fresno City personally looked very, very good.
Oh, they sure did.
They definitely surprised me. I did not think they were going to be that good.
They have a lot of venom up in that front row.
Very difficult team to beat. I think even if Gavilan wins, I really do. I'm with you, Coach. You're
dormant team.
It could very well be an Irvine Valley and Fresno final.
They were very balanced.
That one into the top of the tape, out of the timeout, just what the doctor ordered for Nancy Welliver. Woodward comes out of the front row. Savannah Johnson. See if they can get her going into the middle. Woodward's been fantastic.
Again, surprising because really nobody talked about him all year. Understandably why.
You're talking about Fresno?
Yes,
right.
I'm talking about Fresno.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was actually kind of surprised they got that 6th seed, the way they've been playing. And maybe it's like you said, they get hurt by playing in the Central Valley Conference. Clearly they do.
Absolutely.
And people don't look at sweeps and they don't look at things like that and how dominant you are in those type of matches.
Absolutely.
But they were, and they certainly righted their ship from that 2-3 start to the season.
Very true.
Gavilan on the cusp of a spot in the semis. Savannah, that one's out. And now it's match point.
And don't you think that Karen Robley maybe thinking, I'm not getting much respect. I did win the state title 2 years ago, right?
Absolutely.
2016 Fresno
Should
City
Gavilan win this, it's
Absolutely.
match point right now. You have to figure Coach Tom Pestolesi might buy Kevin Kramer dinner tonight. At least send his wife a birthday gift. It's over and Gavilan through to the semis.
What a night.
And fittingly, it's Dizon with the block along with Finley to end it. 25-17, it's a 3-1 win for the top seed in the north.
Unbelievable that the match starts with an 11-0 Cypress run, and that's the last hurrah for the Chargers. They go on to win the set, but really outplayed the last 3.5 sets.
Yes, they have. Very impressive. Very impressive comeback by the Rams.
30th win of the year for Gavilan.
You know, before the game, had a conversation with Coach Kevin Kramer, and he was talking about. I asked him, hey, what do you do to prepare this game? He's just like, we have to treat it as just another game. If you think that if you're thinking that it's a championship game or a game with more magnitude, you're going to come out with some jitters. We saw that earlier today, and his approach was, this is just any other game. We're going to play the way we play, and we're going to be successful. That's exactly what they did. It wasn't successful to start off.
Absolutely.
They end up relinquishing the first 11 points of the match, but they come back, they get it done, and just an incredible job of composure and resiliency. We really saw that all day from all the teams in the tournament. Hey, hats off to Cypress, an incredible season here.
Absolutely.
4 seed out of the South is dispatched by the top seed in the North, and Gavilan moves on. They will play Fresno City tomorrow.
Yes.
It is a great disappointment, I'm sure, for Coach Welliver. I mean, they did such a great job beating Irvine Valley. The amazing comeback against Long Beach City College. And you're right, a great season for Cypress, and deservingly in that top 8. And yet a bitter taste to walk out of this gym going, well, hey, we had an 11-0 lead in that first set, and we won the first set. We should be at least getting this thing to 5, right? And it didn't happen.
Volleyball. The momentum shifted, and give a lot of credit to the Rams. They made all the adjustments. They served better, passed better.
So 75% of the Final Four, NorCal region.
Yes, they are.
Well, semifinals coming up tomorrow, 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. In the early game, it will be the defending state champs and American River.
That's and then 2 p.m. start.
A 2 p.m. start, and then a 5 p.m. start.
Yes.
It's going to be Fresno City and Gavilan.
This is the test of that single elimination, 1 match a day.
Yes.
Now it comes into play. Let's see how good the 2 matches are tomorrow, and the 2 winners get the rest for Sunday and play that 2 p.m. final.
They get to sleep in, have a good breakfast, maybe even a nap.
It's win or go home. We're giving the stats here table side, and before we go, let's talk about some of the stats here that really stick out to you here, Nabil.
Yes. First, I see that Gavilan, 13 aces to only 5 for Cypress.
That was a tourney high, the 13 aces.
That tells me that they were more aggressive behind the service line.
And I think the attack errors for Cypress, 30 attack errors, and Owens with 12.
Yes.
She had 14 kills and led them. And she had 10 digs, and she's all over the court, no question about it. And she had 2 aces, and she does her job. But a lot of attack errors for a big hitter like that.
Well, they had almost the same amount of kills, but the hitting percentage of Gavilan
big difference.
Was the big difference. They hit 211 versus .085.
I'm going to go co-MVPs here. I thought Flo Tukuaoga for Gavilan, co-MVP. How about Katia Dizon? Those 2 right there. The numbers stand out more so for Flo, but 4 aces for Dizon.
Absolutely.
5 kills, 4 aces, 6 digs, 3 block assists also for Dizon off the bench.
That's a massive stat line. Off the bench, and you're exactly right. Off the bench is key.
And
18 kills from the bench.
Okoa, too.
Yeah,
10 kills.
Ochoa. Ochoa is the leader in kills on the season for Gavilan. Hey, it was who was going to step up. Yeah. Coach Kramer, after that first set, had 2 players step up. They win 3-1, and that does it. That'll do it for our coverage here tonight. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Back at 2 p.m. tomorrow, a doubleheader, and then, of course, Championship Sunday. Take care, everyone. For Nabil Mardini, Robert Lewis, Emery Johnson, everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Cepeda signing off. We'll see you on Saturday.